Virgil Van Dijk, what an incredible season it has been for the Dutchman, Virgil Van Dijk and his club Liverpool. Liverpool have just lost one Premier League game this season and are fighting with Manchester City for the Premier League trophy. There's not long to go in this Premier League season, and one of the main reasons why Liverpool have gone on to have such an incredible season is because of the man at the back, the centre back, Virgil van Dijk. He's had an incredible season, and just this past week he was crowned the PFA Player of the Year. Van Dijk went on to say, "It's pretty difficult to put into words. I think it's the highest honour you can get as a player to get voted Player of the Year by the players you play against every week. It's special. I'm very proud and honoured to receive it." Van Dijk could be on his way to win both the Champions League and the Premier League all in one season. But with Van Dijk winning the PFA Player of the Year for 2018-19, I thought this was the perfect chance to combine a list of 10 things you probably didn't know about Virgil van Dijk. Yes guys, you can hear my voice, it is me, Shorty, I am back. And if you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure you go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I do upload. Number 10. Irresistible record fee. As all you guys know, Virgil van Dijk became the world's most expensive defender when he joined Liverpool from Southampton for £75 million. The deal concluded after a long pursuit from Liverpool for the Dutchman, who actually went on to solve most of Liverpool's defensive woes. Although the money was irresistible, there were actually two other Premier League teams that were in pursuit for Van Dijk, and both teams came really close to getting Virgil to sign on the dotted line. It was both Chelsea and Manchester City. Chelsea boss at the time, Antonio Conte, wanted Van Dijk to add more strength. Van Dijk was considering joining Chelsea, while Manchester City eyed the defender as a long-term replacement for Vincent Kompany. But Van Dijk wanted to join Liverpool, he wanted to represent the club, and he wanted to play under Jurgen Klopp. Van Dijk went on to say to play under Jurgen Klopp, it was irresistible. Number 9. He was a striker. In his earlier days in his career, Virgil van Dijk played in the Dutch league. He played for a team called Groningen, and a player called Tim Sparv went on to say that Van Dijk used to actually be a striker. At the beginning of his time in the first team, we actually used him as a striker, first and foremost, especially at the end of games when we were looking for a goal. We'd put Virgil on in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, and he would cause havoc among the opponents. He was quite efficient, he did a great job for us as he was just so powerful and strong, allowing him to hold up the ball. He was also good with the ball at his feet, so he was a useful weapon when we needed him. Nowadays, we can't even imagine Virgil van Dijk coming on as a striker and playing in that position. Number 8. Failed position. Virgil van Dijk has been playing football since a very young age. He's played in multiple positions, but his first position that he did play in was in the right back position. Van Dijk always saw himself as a right back and really concentrated on trying to be the best right back possible. But when he was playing in the right back position at a young age, he was actually very unsuccessful and was finding it really hard to cope in the position. But in 2008, when he was 17 years old and he felt like the right back position wasn't his best fit, he actually moved into the centre back position. And when he was 17 years old, he was quite young. He actually had a growth spurt after moving into the centre back position, and then went on to develop to be one of the best centre backs in the world today. Number 7. The brick wall in a defensive record. While playing at Celtic, Virgil van Dijk helped set Celtic FC record a defensive record as they went on a whopping 1,256 minutes without conceding a goal back in 2014. The Hoops claimed their 13th consecutive clean sheet in a shutout game against the Hearts. But during that record, it was Van Dijk who was the standout. But it was Van Dijk who kept that record intact before they eventually went on to concede a goal. Number 6, better half. Virgil van Dijk has a wife and her name is Rijk. Both Van Dijk and his wife have known each other since the early stages of Van Dijk's early football career, going as far back as when he was playing just for a local club. Van Dijk's girlfriend at the time, Rijk, gave up her job as a fashion sales manager to support her childhood sweetheart when his career took off in early 2013. She left her job when Virgil, who started his career as a striker at Groningen, joined Celtic in 2013 to follow him to Glasgow. She's gone on to follow him all the way into England in the Premier League. During his time at Southampton, they were together, and now during his time at Liverpool, they are still together. Number 5. Silverware. During his time at Celtic, he went on to win the Scottish Premier League 2 times. He won the Scottish League Cup. With Liverpool, he was a UEFA Champions League runner-up last season. In his individual awards, he was a part of the PFA Scotland Team of the Year twice. He was the Southampton Player of the Year during the season of 2015-2016. He was a part of the UEFA Champions League Squad of the Season. He was a part of the FIFA Pro World 11-15 in 2018. He was a part of the PFA Team of the Year, PFA Player of the Month in November of 2018. He was the Premier League Player of the Month during the month of December 2018. He was a part of the UEFA Team of the Year in 2018 and just recently won the PFA Players Player of the Year. Number 4. Restaurant worker. The next time you go into a restaurant and you see the workers at the back and you see someone cleaning plates, washing dishes, washing pots, just think to yourself, one day that could be a future football player. In his native Breda in Holland, Van Dijk was a restaurant worker, but wasn't someone that was cooking food and doing all that fun stuff. He was cleaning up for other people's mess. The restaurant owner, Jacques Lips, encouraged Van Dijk to actually give up on his football dream. In an interview, he's gone on to say he was a good worker, Lips said. Van Dijk was always training hard to try and become a professional football player. I would often tell him he should wash more pots, wash more dishes, and stop trying to become a professional player. He used to tell Virgil, here you have the opportunity at least to earn a few quid. But he has absolutely made it, and I hold my hands up. He deserves everything he is getting because he put in the hard work. Number 3, premature birth. Now, this is a really interesting story. As we talked about before, Virgil van Dijk and his childhood sweetheart have been together for a very, very long time now. And in the year of 2014, they had their first baby. The birth of their daughter was quite an event. At the time, his wife Rijk was about to give birth. Van Dijk finally got the invitation to the Netherlands national team. The defender had desperately wished for the chance to represent his country, but he also didn't want to miss the birth of his first child and the birth of his daughter. So what did Van Dijk do? He didn't choose to go and play for the Netherlands, miss out on the birth of his daughter. He didn't decide to actually go to the birth of his daughter and miss out on playing for the Netherlands. He actually arranged for his girlfriend to give premature birth of their daughter. Fans and the Netherlands coach at the time, Guus Hiddink, criticized that unnecessary decision. As a result of all this, Guus Hiddink ended up not even selecting Virgil van Dijk for his so-called anticipated match representing his country. So Virgil van Dijk arranged a premature birth of his daughter for no reason because he was not even selected in the team. Number 2. Personal life rivalry. So you're probably wondering why Van Dijk commonly uses only his first name on the back of his kit. According to his uncle Stephen, this is because of a feud between Virgil van Dijk and his father. Virgil van Dijk decided against wearing his father's surname after a bitter family feud at the age of 12. Close relatives of the Liverpool defender claim he has never forgiven his father for walking out on him and his mother at a young age. Stephen actually gave out some details to The Sun about this rivalry. rivalry. He said Virgil has done amazingly well to be such a success given the ups and downs there have been in his family. His dad split with his mother and his 3 children, including Virgil, found it hard to forgive him for that. The truth is, his dad has not been around for so many important years, and it is his mother who is the real hero in his life. You don't take your dad's name off your shirt without a reason, and Virgil has made it very clear how it feels. And we probably will never see the wording of Van Dijk at the back of Virgil's shirts anytime soon. And number 1, close to death. Now this is quite sad. While at Groningen in the Netherlands, the 27-year-old Virgil van Dijk required a life-saving surgery after a ruptured appendix caused a kidney infection. Surgeons performed a life-saving operation on Virgil, but he was still in very serious danger of losing his life after the operation. Van Dijk has gone on to comment about this surgery. He's gone on to say, "I still remember lying in that bed. The only thing I could see were tubes dangling out from me." And this was actually a couple months later after the surgery. He's also gone on to say, "My body was broken and I could not do anything." At such a moment, the worst scenarios are whizzing around your head. For the first time in my life, football was very much a side issue. My life was at risk. My mum and I prayed to God and discussed possible scenarios. At some point, I had to sign some papers. It was a kind of testament. If I died, a part of my money would go to my mum. Of course, nobody wanted to talk about it, but we had to do that. It could have been all over. And thank God Virgil went on to survive that, and he's now gone on to be such an incredible centre-back and one of the best defenders in the world today. And that is the 10 things you probably didn't know about Virgil van Dijk. What an incredible season it has been for Virgil and Liverpool. Will Van Dijk lead Liverpool to Champions League glory and possibly the Premier League trophy? Something that Liverpool have struggled to capture in a very, very long time. And Van Dijk could bring the Premier League trophy to Anfield. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you are new to the channel. And yes, it has been me, Shorty. It's been a very long time since I did upload a video. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Shorty is back.